Assalamualaikum. So this is the second video of chapter 6 leading. Okay, so just now in the first chapter we already see the trait approach. Okay, so in this video we want to focus on the behavioral theories, where there are three theories under behavioral theories. We have managerial grade, Ohio studies, and Michigan studies. Okay, so the first theory under behavioral theories is the Ohio State University studies. Okay, in the Ohio State University studies, researchers studied the behaviors of leaders and found two critical behaviors called initiative structure and consideration, meaning to say that when Ohio State University did the research about the characteristic of a leader, they found that a leader can be categorized into two types. Okay, the first one is the initiative structure or task orientation leadership behavior, and the second one is called as the consideration or employee oriented leadership behavior. So for the initiative structure, okay, this type of leader, they establish well-defined procedures that the followers should adhere to in performing their job. So this type of leader, they focus more on task orientation. Okay, they establish the procedures and everything about the tasks, the activities that the employee need to follow, need to do. Okay, so they expect the employee to do accordingly in their job. Okay, while for the consideration behavior, reflects more on friendship, mutual trust, respect, and warmth in the relationship between leader and followers. I can say that the consideration behavior type of leader, they are more close with their employees or between their subordinates. Okay, so they focus more on having a good relationship with the employee. Okay, so even though that they still can mix, okay, between the consideration and also structure. Okay, here we have low structure, low consideration, mean that the leader focus more. The leader is kind of low for both. Okay, for consideration and also for structure, not very considerate towards the employees, and also didn't focus much on the task. Okay, the leader also can have high consideration. Okay, but low in structure. This means that the leader focus more on having a good relationship with the employee, but less in focusing on tasks. Okay, or he can have the high structure and low consideration, meaning very strict in making sure the employee focus on work, okay, and not focus more on the relationship between the employees. Or the leader can have both, balance both, high for both structure and also consideration. Even though the manager focus on making sure the employee fulfilling all the tasks, he also make sure that he maintain good relationship with the employee. Okay, so that's for the first theory under behavioral. Okay, so the second one is the Michigan University studies. Okay, so same thing with the Ohio. Okay, the Michigan also find there are two types of leader behavior. The first one is production-centered behavior, and the second one is employee-centered behavior. Production-centered behavior is where the leader behavior that focuses primarily on how well subordinates performing their job. So it focuses more on production, making sure that the employee are able to fulfill, to do all those tasks. Okay, so here the managers will set rigid work standard, is very strict. Okay, we organize tasks down to the last detail, very detailed. A manager that is very detailed. Okay, prescribe the work what to be done, and will closely supervise the employee's work. Okay, while for the employee-centered behavior, the leader behavior that focuses primarily on subordinates as people. Okay, focus more on the employee. Okay, managers encourage employee participation in goal setting and other work decisions, and help ensure high performance by giving inspiring trust and respect. So here the in employee-centered behavior, the manager focus more on the employee in terms of encourage the employee to participate, having the good relationship with the employee. Okay. The next theory under behavioral theory is the managerial grid. Okay, so there are 5 styles of leadership in the managerial grid. Okay, so basically we have the indifferent or previously called as impoverished style at 0.11, the accommodating or previously known as country club style 0.19, the dictatorial or previously known as task management style at 0.91, the status quo or previously known as middle of the road style at 0.55, and the sound, okay, previously known as team management style at 0.99. Okay. Okay, so this is the managerial grid. So we have 0.11, okay, 19955, 91, and 99. Okay. Okay, in this managerial grid, okay, for 0.11, okay, we have impoverished management. So if you see here, 1, meaning that low concern for production and low concern for people, okay, meaning that the manager, the leader didn't care much about the employees, relationship with the employees, or about the task, the production, okay. At 0.19, we have country club management. Here, the manager focus more on concern for people, okay, very concerned for people, but less concern for production. Okay, at the middle, we have 0.55, middle of the road management, where the manager balance between both concern for people and concern for production. Okay, here we have down here we have 0.91 is called as task management, okay, meaning that the manager concern high for production but low concern for people. And the last point we have is 0.99 called as the team management, where the manager concern high for both aspect, people and also production. Okay. First, let's look into the indifferent or previously called as impoverished style at 0.11. Okay, so evade and elude. Okay, in this style, managers have low concern for both people and production. Okay, managers use this style to preserve job and job seniority. Okay, protecting themselves by avoiding getting into trouble. So he didn't care much about the production, and he also didn't care much about the employee. Okay, the main concern is because he don't want to be responsible in any part. Okay, so cannot be responsible because he didn't care much about the production and also about the employee. Okay, the second point we have is the accommodating or previously known as country club style, yield and comply. Okay, this style has a high concern for people and a low concern for production. Okay, so manager use this style, pay much attention to the security and comfort of the employees. Okay, so very care about the employees in the hope that when he care about the employees, the employee will be working hard for the company. However, it's not necessarily when the manager is friendly, good with the have good relationship with the employee, this can increase the production. It's not necessarily like that. Okay. Okay, the next one is the dictatorial or previously known as the task management style at 0.91. Control and dominate. Okay, so usually the manager, the leader will use this style in case of crisis management. Okay, with a high concern of production and a low concern for people. Okay, managers usually use this style. Okay, will find employees' needs are unimportant. Okay, so the thing that they provide employees with money, they give you the employee salary, so they expect the employee to perform. Okay, so usually the manager who use this style also pressure their employees through rules and punishment in order to achieve the organization's goal. So it's very strict, and most of the employee will not be happy with this situation because they are working under a strict management. Okay. And the last one is the status quo. Okay, previously named as middle of the road or style 5-5. Okay, balance and compromise. Okay, managers using this style try to balance between company goals and workers' needs. So balance between the production and also care for the employee by giving some concern to both people and production, so the managers hope that they can achieve the suitable performance. Okay, but doing so balance both middle. Okay, doesn't mean that whether they can achieve the production or they can meet the employees. Okay, and the last one is the sound. Okay, or previously known as team management style. Okay, at point 99, contribute and commit. Okay, in this style the manager have high concern, okay, for both people and also for production. Okay, as suggested by the theory why managers choosing to use this style encourage teamwork and commitment among employees. Okay, so this method relies heavily on making employees feel themselves to be constructive parts of the company. So the method will focus very high for both the employee and also the production. So hopefully by focusing very high to the employees' need, to the how they do their tasks in order to make sure they're able to fulfill the organizational goals, they hope that always involve the employees to participate in the decision making, so they hope that they will achieve the goals of the organization. Okay, so that's it for the behavioral theories. We're going to continue with the rest of the theory in the third